The Canada stable is now a magnificent 7. Alan Hawkins. Let's take a look. Popularity A. So, presumably he better bring in good crowds, because if you go a little higher up salary, he doesn't arrive cheaply. Yeah, I'm still trying to absorb that salary, but it's just under 10,000. I mean, he's given us a break on $7, so thanks for that. Keep $7 a month. Strong style, so that's, between the popularity and the strong, maybe that's what makes the salary worth it. We're putting quotes. This is so much money. I mean, yeah, we're making good money now. We're making over 160,000 a month lately, so 10,000 is not a heck of a lot, but it's still a significant chunk for what we're bringing in. So the Canadian sensation better be pretty damn sensational. Mind you, his signing bonus wasn't ginormous like Ted Axel's was. So you're kind of off the hook for that as to whether he's going to produce month by month. Anyway, finishing move, sharpshooter. So if you know your Canadian wrestling, you can probably think of a famous Canadian champion who used that move. You know what? If you know Canada wrestling at all, the man needs no introduction. Leave it in the comments. Someone knows. Write it down. So there you go. So we'll make this the Canada Month Spectacular. That's what we'll call the July show. Let's say the event itself occurs right on July 1st, Canada Day, and right there in Ottawa, the nation's capital. And we're doing something special for the occasion. Event. Tournament. So this is something you have to unlock through a string of high-profile events, and going into June, we had 82%, so it was touch and go. We were close to not qualifying for this. I've seen it hit 99%, which is when you really really want to run the tournament badly, and it's 99%. It's like, I got to do a whole other card just for 1%. So luckily the timing just worked out just narrowly perfectly for us to run a tournament for Canada Day. So this is the next challenge for Big Titan. Not only is this going to be a singles tournament, configured title match. For the Canada Heavyweight Championship. So he's automatically slotted in there in the top spot, top left. So I'm not yet blocking anything significant, although I probably will. Okay, so Big Titan, having withstood the rematch with Big Mike, where does the champ go from here? Well, he'll have to run a gauntlet of contenders in order to hold on to this title. So who else is in it? If you've been following closely, you'll know that not everyone's going to fit. This is the drawback of the game making you unlock a tournament, is sometimes you've got more guys than you need to run a tournament. What do those other guys do? Well, you'll find out what they're going to do. We'll get to that. So, if he's going to truly have a sensational debut, I think the ideal scenario would be for Alan Hawkins to occupy the opposite end of this rundown. See, he's now at the bottom left, the very bottom. So if the debut is going to truly be sensational as his nickname suggests, I think the perfect story would be to face the champ in the final. So there you go. Opposite ends of the rundown. So who will he be facing? Well, let's deal with the champ first. All right. So Black Dragon God, who is Ken's rival. They have one win each against each other, and maybe he has the winning formula that Ken lacked. So, other end, Alan Hawkins. He'll start right away with the Can-Am Canada-US cross-border clash. I think it's only fitting, actually, that we should put the $50,000 man who had the massive signing bonus in against the man who's got the massive monthly salary. Alan makes like twice what Ted makes per month. Sort of like that. So also, another ideal final that we could have would be if Wolf Hockfield, who was another big heavyweight, and him and Big Titan, their paths have never crossed. So two big Canadians in an epic final of heavies. That would be, of big heavyweights, I think that would be pretty spectacular. So Wolf Hockfield is in the other half of the tournament. So they might meet in the final. And Wolf's opponent will be Will Stewart, who was his muscular counterpart from their tag team match in the previous month. We had our tag team opener, and it was strength versus strength at times. So they'll go one-on-one. And then to round out the matchups, we will have General versus Baron. Stanley Adams, Satan's general. And he will face the Baron Charles. So there you have it. So I think what I'd like to do, though, by default, Big Titan is listed at the top. And again, he really should be the last one in, the final man to come down. So we're going to swap the matchups. And Alan Hawkins would thereby be in the A slot. A for Alan. And Big Titan's last because he is the champion. Champions tends to get introduced last. So that would make sense. So we have to reverse the matchups, which won't take long to do. We'll just quickly glance at them to make sure everything still makes sense. So we kick it off with Alan Hawkins, Ted Axel, first match. And also in the top half, to increase the likelihood of a epic final with Big Titan, Wolf Hockfield and Will Stewart. Winners of those two matches will face each other. The General and the Baron in the lower half. Winner of that faces the winner of Black Dragon God and Big Titan. So that looks pretty good, I think. Just going to compare it with my written plan. Yeah, pretty sure that's great. So note also that teammates are on different halves of the layout as well. So Pearl Harbor, Satan, they can only face each other if their team members make it all the way to the end. Righto. I'm liking it. So, who gets left out? Big Mike's condition went from borderline to needs rest. As you can see on his right side of his profile, I'm not quite blocking it, it says poor. So he'll have to sit out. So to add insult to injury, not only did he fall short of regaining the championship, he'll also miss the Canada Day event recovering. I'm guessing he's not a happy Canadian camper. Additionally, again, Ken to be fair, he had his shot against Big Titan for the title and he came up short. So, okay, we'll go from Ken to Kenny. Since Kenny is back to being friends with Wolf Hockfield, his partner, and the Wolf defeated him in their singles beef match, Kenny will defer to Wolf as being more of a true contender for the heavyweight championship, and by sitting out, there will be no chance of them having to fight again. So, Team Terrible. Easy decision to leave them out since these two already have titles, and if one of them wins the singles as well, now we have an awkward situation since he can only defend one title per event. So rather than cut in half a number of title matches we can show. So that's the 4 healthy wrestlers who won't be participating in the tournament. And since there's no telling how banged up everyone will be from some of them wrestling multiple times in one night, we might need these 4 to carry the next card. So we might have our next challengers for Team Terrible, Ken and Kenny. So let's address the venue, issue of the venue. I currently have it set to urban. Small hall, as you can see in the top right, the capacity for that is 5,000. And at a $60 ticket price, we can nearly sell it out, $49.61 out of 5,000. So we'd be improving our attendance pretty dramatically, going from 1,600 and change to nearly 5,000. But it's actually probably not what we're going to do because, again, if you crunch the numbers, if you do the math here, we'd be making about a little under 300,000, and then the expenses, 30,000, would bring us down to about 270 profit. Now, if we go back to the old urban setting, but instead go to small hall, max out the ticket price, we'd be full house on the small hall. Now, if we check medium hall, 3136, so we'd be going over, but not a lot. And I think I mentioned before, they still give you credit for going over capacity. They don't deny those 136 extra people. They squeeze them in somehow, and you get the revenue from them. So if you do your math there, put it back to small hall, 3,000 times 100 is, again, we're looking at 300,000 in revenue, and the expense is only 15,000 because it's a less expensive venue. So we're already at 285,000 profit, and that's not including the overage. Remember, we got to add back those 136 or whatever people that they will count. So basically, we'll be profiting around 300,000 because the overage we'll make on the extra people will pay for the expenses. So strangely, we'd be losing money if we played in front of 5,000. Playing in front of 3,000 here, plus the fire hazard people that we're going to squeeze in, minus the expenses, it actually works out to something like 30,000 more money. So again, just like I think the previous event, we'd be literally throwing money away if we didn't do it this way. And it's actually worth pointing out, somewhere in like the help menus in the advice inside the game, they'll tell you that running rural setting events will improve your promotion's popularity. So we pretty much have to do this scenario for venue and the stats, because we really, if we did the other way, we'd actually be losing both money and we wouldn't be maximizing the growth of our popularity. So there really is no reason to not do it this way. Now, someday it might be worthwhile to do it the other direction and just go for sheer population, because if I ever reach the point where I decide to start selling merchandise, then your merchandise sales will be based on attendance. So if we were selling merchandise, it might actually be better for us to run the 5,000 venue because we'd sell more of our items. So why have we not been selling merchandise? Well, you can from the very start, but I prefer to wait until we get sponsorship, and some sponsors will give discounts for different types of merchandise. I prefer to wait till then, rather than just be constantly selling everything. It's just waiting till I get discounts on certain things. It gives me some reason why I should do one over another at any given time. So that's at year's end. At the end of each calendar year, you start gaining. You'll go to the sponsorship section and you make your choices who you want to have pay you to splash their brands and stuff around your ring. So we're halfway there. We're 6 months down out of 12, so presumably we'll get there at some point. So I'm pretty sure we're locking that in then. I think I made a very well-reasoned argument why this needs to be it. So we have our tournament set. Matchups are very interesting. We're maximizing revenue. We're maximizing popularity. Confirm. So there's one more piece of business then before we actually start running the matches, get this tournament started for the Canada Heavyweight Championship. If you recall, last time Ken sat out of an event, his trust decreased. So, training center. So not wanting to see that history repeat, and besides, it is Canada month, why not splurge a little? We're going to pull the trigger on that. We're going to buy that lounge, which, if you recall, less likely to lose trust. So $40,000, which is what I think our total expenses were that last month. So it's not cheap to fire up a lounge, but I'm just trying to picture how much it might bother me if I don't. If I again sit idly by and let Ken be more unhappy again, I'll just feel like a boob. So there you go. At least Ken sitting out, and among other guys, they can all watch the tournament from the luxury of the lounge. And who knows, maybe Kenny Omega will join him and talk strategy as they prepare to possibly team up to face Team Terrible for the tag team titles. But that's in the future, and even that's not carved in stone. So we're almost at 100,000 expenses for the month right now, which is a lot. Again, we only have, that's almost a third of our money, but there's certain expenses that have to be made over the course of time. So we're happy. Let us proceed. July 1st, to be precise. The Canada Day Spectacular Tournament for the Canada Heavyweight Championship. Ready to begin. Match 1 of 7. So we'll have the 4 first round matches, and then those winners will condense down into 2 semifinals, which would lead ultimately to the final match. But first things first, match 1. We have, as you see, the Canadian sensation, Alan Hawkins, who presumably arrives with much fanfare and hype, given that his popularity, I believe, is A, and he makes a really large monthly salary. He's up against the other man with a lot of money surrounding his position here in the Canada wrestling promotion. Wise man Ted Axel, your $50,000 man, who, as we know too well, with that $50,000 signing bonus. So, both men, I'm sure, eager to get their first win. Alan Hawkins wants to get off to a flying start, of course, and wise man Ted Axel still searching for that first win. What better place as we see a snap suplex by the sensation. Sensational snap suplex followed by a body slam. What better time to get that first win than in the title tournament? So, Hawkins looking good so far. Looking sensational enough. Elbow into the ropes. Backdrop. It looks like the first... Oh, we almost saw the first significant offense by wise man Ted Axel on the vertical suplex, but the sensation flipped out over it. But there's finally a move. There's some sort of... You know what you call that? It's some sort of variation on the backdrop anyway. Into the turnbuckle. The blue-colored man's into the blue corner, but he reverses it. European uppercut, which I'd like to see him follow up the European uppercut with his England stretch, just to keep that European feel going. Instead, he goes for the drape over the knees backbreaker submission. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. And then knee to the leg. Body slam. Looking rather sensational so far. Sensational sleeper. Oh, jeez. And then out of the ring, but Alan Hawkins content to just wait his man back. into the ring. Abdominal stretch. The Allen abdominal. And that looked like a kick to the, well, let's call it the midsection anyway. May or may not have been the groin. Let's not harp too much on that. But Wise Man drags his man back into the center, working that spine with the elbows. It's some sort of victory roll, bridge. Not sure what that's called. You know what that is? That rolling pin. Suplex again. You know what that's called? Put it in the comments. Oh, a little bit of reversal there. That's in the Wise Man's repertoire. That
5 minutes
knee
gone.
drape. 5 minutes, as our announcer told us. That female announcer. I think we've decided that lady's name is going to be Maple, as per Maple Leaf. So, it looked like we had a double arm suplex there, which was countered into the backdrop by the Sensational One. How about that? Tombstone Power Driver. A flying elbow from the top. Kick from the bottom. Well, working that Tombstone Power Driver more than once now. A little knee to the leg just to soften up the foundation. Wow. It's been a comprehensive display so far. Another snap suplex by Sensational. The Canadian Sensation. Alan Hawkins, 7 minutes with the elbow grind. Irish whip, and then I think that might be stepping shute, that might be called. But that's pretty spectacular. Flying splash. Just about halfway across the ring with that diving splash. 2.9. Well, DDT, that might break the momentum up just a little bit. 8 minutes. Alan Hawkins sidesteps that dropkick, and then he's ridden into the mat by Wise Man with that armbar. Nope. Dragging his man's eyes across the ropes. Might be some protection there for the Sensation with his mask, but he does need eye holes after all, so probably still hurt. And he's going to fly again with that Superfly, Sensational Superfly. And, okay, bridge pin. 2.9 again. You might have heard the crowd there expressing some appreciation for that. Flying again. This has been a high flying affair. Certainly starting out sensational in this debut. Headbutt. Set his man up. Another one of those splashes. Looks into the camera with that both hands press pin. Took a little more than 10 minutes. He's as advertised. He is sensational, clearly. And he's off to a massive start here to open this Canada Day title tournament here in Ottawa. Meanwhile, the Wise Men Ted Axel, you're thinking, what do I have to do to get a win around here? Still searching for it. It's been half a year. It's back to the drawing board again, I guess, for the $50,000 man. Meanwhile, the big monthly salary man, as I said, sensational. Alan Hawkins wins match 1. And who will the opponent be for the sensational one? Who I dare say lived up to the hype. As we advance to match 2. This is the Battle of Big Men, as we referred to earlier. Both these men have impressive strength, impressive physiques, and they're about to collide. So yeah, Wolf Hockfield is mostly been the tag team wrestler so far, though he has gotten a taste of singles action. He's trying his hand in tag action now, though. In singles, he's trying his hand in title action. What am I talking about? This is his first foray into competing for the singles title. And we've only seen Will Stewart in one match, but he was the muscular counterpart, as we say, when Team Blue Canada confronted the rise of Satan. He is Satan's foot soldier. Strong versus strong. Match 2. Title tournament. So both men attempting a strike off the start. Backdrop elbow to the face. Just early impression, even though Will Stewart looks more Canadian with his red and white, as he puts a stop to the Irish whip by clinging to the ropes. Wolf Hockfield is actually from Canada. Irish whip turnbuckle. Working those hard, loud, slapping chops out of the ring. Wolf is appealing to the crowd there, pumping himself up, psyching himself up, but he doesn't pursue his man out of the ring. Will be out of the ring again, this time with a body slam. Wolf Hockfield content to follow this up.
2, 3,
Arm drag takedown
4,
outside by
5,
Satan's foot soldier, then just sits on his guy.
7,
Ooh, Irish whip
8,
into the guardrail, followed by the high kick to the face.
10,
Another arm drag takedown.
11,
Some wild, fun action outside the ring. Knee to the gut. Ooh, early demonstration of awesome power. Gorilla press by the foot soldier. Back suplex, folds his man in half. Elbow to the face. Ooh, again landed that high kick. Which Wolf had a history of not landing that kick. Twice now in singles action. Wins that exchange, goes into the half crab. 4 minutes in. I think Wolf is getting the better of the exchanges so far. Tiger suplex. 2 and change early on for this. But he has looked pretty good. As Hockfield runs his man down with a shoulder and the clothesline. Just floors him.
5 minutes gone.
In the blue corner, which Wolf Hockfield's pretty familiar with. He's going to the top rope. Oh, just rides his man from the top rope. Face first into the floor with knees. 2.9. Jeez. Early in the match for this kind of one-sidedness. Early in the match for 2.9. Will is wavering and gets drop kicked. Ooh, neck breaker. Looks like Will Stewart's been befuddled so far. Who knows? Maybe he's always had his satanic teammates around him. Maybe he's not used to singles action. But there's a nice move. Hip toss, judo hip toss into the headlock. Wolf escapes, however. Body slam. Nearly out of the ring. 7 minutes. Wow. Gut wrench into a whirling powerbomb. Hooks his man. Impressive looking move. 2.9, however, still. And understandably, Will Stewart's a big, tough guy. There's that death drop into the elbow. Death elbow drop I guess. Armbar.
Give up. Give up. Give up.
But it'll take more. We are only 8 minutes in. Oh, this has been Wolf Hockfield's match so far. You'd think this would be over this early. Sit down powerbomb, but in the ropes. Gorilla press again. Boom. Smashes me. Sits on him. Not even a 1 count. Wolf is just not impressed with that. He's like, get off me. Jerk. And that looked like flapjack to me. And throws his man out of the ring.
1,
What is Wolf planning here?
2,
Wow.
3,
Slingshots off the top rope into a splash into the giant swing.
6, 7,
Will
8,
Stewart is holding his head, not just to maybe to counter dizziness, but he's maybe afraid where he's going to strike his head after he gets flung. Goes for a chair. He's got to do something to change the momentum here.
10 minutes
Goes
gone.
for a swinging side strike with that chair, but not landing. Oh, now he's got a giant swing of his own. In the ropes, though, the ref's going to say, no, let's not have anyone hurt needlessly. Don't get tangled in the ropes. Body slam. Drop kick, backflip, drop kick there. Surprising agility. Both these men have surprising agility for being their size. Body slam stays in the ring, though. Ooh, Wolf Hockfield showing some agility, too. We saw the Canadian sensation do that. Flip out of the vertical suplex. And there's a flying body press off the Irish whip. Again, this match has been so in Wolf's favor here that he's not... I don't think we've even seen a 1 count so far against him. There's that suplex again. Well, Will jumps to his feet quickly, but then has to catch his breath. He figures, who am I kidding? I'm not doing so great. Wolf giving some space we could pose down. I guess he's gearing himself up for something big. And there's that Ric Flair knee drop on the shin. Alright, looks like some sort of... Well, that looked like the Regal stretch, the Lord Steven Regal stretch from WCW. And I alluded to that move at some point during the Wise Man Ted Axel match, that we could see that, and I think that was pretty much that move. So we saw the Regal stretch submission, just not by the person that I thought we were. I didn't even know that Wolf Hockfield had that move, but maybe he was saving a little something. Maybe he figured this day would come where I'd finally get my chance to prove what I can do as a singles competitor in a big way on a big stage, and he delivered. It was a fairly comfortable affair for the Wolf. 87%, pretty good. Will Stewart perhaps needs to do some figuring out as to how to approach singles action. And for the time being, anyway, what we will have now, this gives us an all-Canadian semifinal, the top bracket. We're going to get Alan Hawkins, Wolf Hockfield, so Hawk versus Hawk. Battle of the Hawks. And they'll soar through the skies and crash into each other, and that will guarantee we have a Canadian in the final, actually. So, yeah. Exciting first half of the tournament so far. Match 3. We're now getting into the bottom half of the tournament. The winner of this match could, in theory, face the champ, the reigning Canadian champion, in the next round. And this match is General versus Baron. Two fairly prestigious sounding titles. Satan's General, the leader of the Satan faction. Stanley Adams, who led his team to a tag team victorious debut last month against Team Canada Blue, recently reunited, only to be defeated. Speaking of blue, Team Blue is not able to hold off the initial foray of the Satan stable, but the Baron Charles will meet their leader in singles action. So this will be the first singles action for both these men, actually. We've only seen them in tag action. But they now get a chance to
Fight.
compete to eventually win, perhaps, the Canadian Championship. Body slam to get us started out by the Baron. Eye rake reply by the General. Try to disorient your opponent early. Seems like a good strategy. Like I say, okay, he does it again. So clearly he's got an earpiece or something that is receiving my transmission. Work in the arm and shoulder area. Oh, Baron Charles says I can do that same thing back to you. Turnabout is fair play. Into the turnbuckle. Elbow smash applied, or forearm. Vertical suplex. Again with that arm twist, shoulder smash. Back to the eye rake. And follows it up while his man couldn't see with that, we'll call it a forearm. A lot of work in arm and shoulder so far by both. And back to the eye rake. Huh. Okay. Okay, we're in two different strategies now. Now looks like Baron is focusing on arm and shoulder. And dirty tactics, let's say. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Twice in a row. I wasn't even done talking about the eye rakes, and we're just crotch deep into low blows now. By Satan's General. He's not a nice guy, we knew that. It was an easy guess. Oh. Forward pile driver, some sort of tombstone style pile driver, but in the traditional pose.
1, 2.
Goes for an early pin attempt.
2.
3 and change into this match. Baron body slam. So as with that, this is another match we're having where someone's going to get their first singles win here in the Canada promotion. Back to that arm twist shoulder bash move. So that is one strategy. Isolate a body part and wear it down. Again with that pile driver. Senton. Getting near 5 minutes and a pretty spirited bout so far.
5
Baron
minutes
Charles
on.
goes for the
1,
vertical suplex, only to have it reversed. And he's out of the ring. And we're going to see some out of the ring brawling. Oh, maybe not. I should have waited until we. Actually, Stanley merely rolls his man back into the ring. Which, you know, the title's not on the line here right now, boys. Any kind of win would do in the first round of the tournament. Even a count out. Oh, okay. So that's maybe what he was softening the Baron up for. We saw some earlier low blows, and then that crotch clutch thing. And vertical suplex out of the ring. Seems almost off color to call these
2,
unmentionable moves, but I feel like I gotta say something, right? Ah, here's that chair's illusion. Oh, but ref, when we were out of the ring, he hit me with the chair. Referee doesn't buy it, and looks like we get a turnabout on the crotch grab too. All right, these guys are quite content to say, you know, anything you can do, I can do. Oh my goodness, that looked like some sort of vertical suplex transition into a pile driver. That was some good height on a move to land, to have a man land on his head to drop him on his damn skull. Wow. All right, well, gotta hand it to these two guys. They're going for it. We're seeing a lot of power, a lot of back and forth. What the heck was that? Oh, okay. We know what that was. That was a headbutt down low.
Yeah.
And, jeez. This is heel versus heel, clearly. They're just questionable tactic after questionable tactic just traded back and forth between these two.
Yeah.
Eye rake. Baron's disoriented. He's going to get attacked from behind. Maybe. Goes behind, reversed. And a forearm smash to knock the general down.
Yeah.
Oof. Powerbomb. Vicious impact. And again, he's going to
10 minutes.
attack his
gone.
man from behind while in motion.
1,
10 minutes. Is it too early? Oh, it's not too early. Well, there you have it. The general. It was, you know, a lot of action, a lot of interesting moves performed. So I guess I can't be too surprised at a 10-minute finish. Hopefully the crowd enjoyed enough. 89%. Okay, that's good. I guess anything in double digits should be satisfying. Meanwhile, Stanley Adams, the general, who has now won in both tag team and singles action. He will advance to the semifinal. Semi-Stanley. And Baron Charles is starting to feel like, if I inherited the wise man's curse, the $50,000 man, Baron Charles has yet to win a match now that he's here in Canada. In any case, who will Stanley Adams face? Well, if Big Titan's going to hold on to this Canada Heavyweight Championship, he's going to have to, at minimum, get out of the first round. And his opponent happens to be a god. So, final first round match. Fourth and final match. If Big Titan is going to hold on to his Canadian championship, this is the first of 3 wins he'll need to have. And he's done nothing but win of late. But he has yet to face a god in the ring, the Black Dragon God. I think I accidentally canceled his intro. That sucked. Alright, well, as we talked about, the Black Dragon God has had a win and a loss against Ken. And even though Ken was not able to defeat Big Titan,
Fight.
maybe Black Dragon God can. They have locked up early Titan bear hug. And body slam to send his man out of the ring.
1.
No pursuit. Not strictly needed. Black Dragon God drops down into the guard, into that armbar. Armbar submission. Titan clubs his man down. Goes for the pin at around the minute 10 mark. Spinning heel try. Big Titan has thrown the challenger out of the ring again, but doesn't feel compelled to follow up. Keeping it in the ring so far. Ankle lock, or angle lock, as Kurt Angle might have called it. It's a medium kick. Probably Black Dragon God would do well to land numerous strikes if he can.
Give up.
Into a Boston Crab.
Yeah.
Well, that time, the counter strike. I guess Big Titan saw the kick coming that time, landed a punch of his own. Clubs his man down. Elbow drop. back of the head. Leg drop, back of the head. Yeah. That was a leg drop. Jeez. There's that spinning heel again. Drop kick to the back of the head. Into that arm trap. Torture grind with the elbow. Trading shots. Black Dragon God was gradually pushed back until he fell. Low kick, medium kick. But Big Titan's not to be outstruck, apparently. He's like, I'll land shots from afar if that's what we want to do.
Give up. Give up.
He is the champ, after all. He should be able to do most things.
5 minutes gone.
Wouldn't pay to be one-dimensional. You better do that one thing exceptionally well. That's all you're going to do. Arrogant pin attempt here at 5.5 minutes. Probably not going to succeed. Well, the spear. I think when Terrible Ted does that, we might get in the habit of calling it the gore. Spinning back suplex. But for Big Titan, spear is fine. Because perhaps the Titans of mythology, spear could have been very much the weapon of choice. And he is a Big Titan. Arm breaker. Approaching 7 minutes. Front face lock into a elbow to the spine. Oh, vertical suplex. Thought we might have seen the Titan death drop. Maybe a little later. Set his man up for it. Ooh. Black Dragon God got on top, but then slipping out his Big Titan. And then he lands the big boot. Exploder. But Black Dragon God says, I got a lot of mode. You know your Rocky 3 references? Still very much in this. Shoot, takedown. But he's kicked off by the champion. Oh, Big Titan is looking around the arena saying, what do you think of the match so far, people? Clothesline rips his man down. Drop kick. So he follows it up into some sort of rear choke. Shooting again. He steps over and gets into the arm bar. The Muay Thai clinch, knees to the face. Into the... Maybe it's an ankle lock. Call it. It's hard to tell what exactly is happening. Tell you what needs to happen though if you're Big Titan is you need to regain some momentum. There's the spear. Spear in the cover. And that's enough. That is good enough to get this done, this round 1 match. So Black Dragon God can commiserate with Ken later and say, yeah, I didn't get it done either. 78%. Not great. Maybe the fans would have liked it to be a little longer. But another win for the champion. Big Titan will advance to the semifinals. So after 4 matches, we have an 84% average card rating. It's almost like we got 1% per match. But that's not how that works. Second round is next. So, winners collide as we start the semifinals. Who will be the first man to punch his ticket to fight for the Canadian Championship in the final? So, we saw the Canadian sensation, Alan Hawkins, live up to the hype in the opening match of the first round. He won the battle of the big bucks. And if he's to have a truly sensational starting month, the perfect story would be, again, to face the champ in the final. He could face Big Titan. Still a possible matchup. But before that can be possible, the Canadian sensation must overcome this. This mountain to climb, almost literal mountain of Wolf Hockfield. He's a large man, he's a big man. I think I might have used literally incorrectly earlier when I was doing the venue, sorting out the venue, saying we would literally be throwing money away. We weren't literally be taking money and going like this and tossing it. So, try not to use literally in the incorrect manner. Anyway, here we go. Wolf Hockfield attempts that high kick, settles for the European uppercut. And especially in the first round, the Wolf, the backdrop there, having overcome a fellow big man in the form of Satan's Foot soldier, Will Stewart. So each man exchanging elbows here. You think that the Wolf is not about to be intimidated by a smaller man, even if he is a sensational one. So, Alan Hawkins has his work cut out for him to make this final. Both men undefeated in singles action so far. Elbow drop to the face. Who wants it more badly? So you figure the sensation would love to have the storybook debut double arm suplex. But if you're Wolf Hockfield, who's been assigned to the tag division of late, you have to figure somewhere in the back of his mind while he was competing for those titles, thinking to himself, do I have what it takes to be the man around here? Gets a chance to prove it. Just one win away from the final. Running clothesline. Oh, but the slick sensation gets out of the way of that. But try getting out of the way of that. Vertical suplex out of the ring. But again, okay, maybe quicker on his feet. Is paying some early dividends for the sensation as he escapes the out of the ring situation. But now he's back. Taking a little longer to get up this time. After again being vertical suplexed out of the ring. Now he's eating the guardrail. Oh, but now turnabout's fair play again. Sends Wolf Hockfield the long way, running into the other guardrail. Body slam. So not surprising, it's going to be the power.
5 minutes gone.
Power moves of the Wolf versus the finesse of the sensation. Armbar submission there, 5 minutes in. Just bowls his opponent over. Early pinfall attempt. Body slam. Wow, again. And he barks the moon more than once, does the Wolf. Alan Hawkins has been tossed out of the ring, what is that, 3 times now. Now the double arm into the sit-down powerbomb. So, oof. There's that solid high kick squarely in the face. The Sensation was attempting a move of his own before he ate that kick. He's got control now. It was that a body slam and now into the... I'm going to call that the torture grind. That elbow into the side of the head. Body slam. The Wolf declares that the Sensation is going down. But the Sensation is now up. And Wolf is down. And he's an Irish whip now, but the Wolf got plenty of energy left. Holds onto the ropes, breaking up that Irish whip scenario. Into the turnbuckle. Shoulder blocks to the midsection. Snap suplex. Sensational snap suplex. And then the Rick Rude style neckbreaker. Just the one count, 8.5 minutes in. The Wolf seeking to take over control, lands the running shoulder block. Flying leg drop across the abdomen. Sensation with a desperation takedown there, just try to break up that series of moves. The Wolf's back on top with the big body slam. Ooh. Brain buster, and it's Wolf's turn to go tumbling outside. Also his turn to run back into the ring. Gonna fly. Sensational Superfly.
10 minutes,
10 minutes in. Oh,
gone.
Hawkins might have hurt himself a little more. Flew like a hawk. And flew again. Only not so much hawk-like
2,
as the release.
3.
Launch German suplex. And again out of the ring. Northern Lights. Canada is the Great White North, so why not have the Northern Light suplex? Ooh. Death elbow drop. It's Wolf's turn to fly from the turnbuckle. Ooh, flying knee. Wow. Gut wrench. Whirling. Powerbomb. Pin. Center of the ring. 2.9. He can practically smell the final now. Jumping knee to the face. Can the Sensation hang in there? He's sensational, but again, Wolf is so big. Tree of Woe followed by the high kick to the leg. Why not? Now he's going to see if the Sensation's got some will to continue in him here. As that crossface submission didn't quite yield the results. Flying elbow. Now he's going to go the crossface. Yeah, why not? Arm trap crossface submission attempt here. The chin lock. Oh, looked like the Northern Lights might have been tried again. But the Wolf was wise to it this time. Counter DDT. Into the armbar. 13.5 minutes. We've already seen a 2.9 pin attempt from the Wolf, so could the Sensation be just about ready to go? Exchanging strikes. Wolf is just pumped up. Drop kick. Into the turnbuckle. Dragon screw leg whip. Maybe this is what the Sensation needs to do to hold off his opponent. Take out the vertical base, as they say. Another Superfly, sensational Superfly pin attempt. 2.9. Both men are just so close now. Tiger suplex crushes him. 15-minute mark. And there you have it. The main, I don't know if that's a signature move. Barks to the moon for good measure. Wolf Hockfield with the devastating finish. Tiger suplex, and the sensational run comes to an end. It was a sensational semifinal, though. It looked like Wolf had things going in the early going, but Alan Hawkins just hung in there. He got his share of moves in, and each man was within a hair. Each had at least one 2.9. That close to reaching the final. So it won't quite be the storybook debut for Alan Hawkins, but he had a impressive first match. He took Wolf to the limit in the semifinal. It was that close to the final. It will instead be the Wolf. Will he ascend to the top of the mountain? He will await, possibly, Big Titan in the final, but the Titan still has to get by the General, Stanley Adams. Semi-final number 2. Can the champion reach the championship match? Saw in the first round, Big Titan was able to emerge victorious against the Black Dragon God. But now he's got a different type of challenge ahead of him in the form of Satan's General, who you might recall in round 1 had a spirited, if rather foul-filled match with the Baron Charles. I don't know who fought dirtier in that match, but it would appear as though Satan's General fought better because he did win the match. But this is his reward. Big Titan, Canada's heavyweight champion, who, to be fair, he hasn't had to fight anyone quite like the General so far in terms of Stanley's willingness to bend or break the rules rather liberally. Can the champ withstand these sort of tactics? Does he have the answer? Well, the winner gets Wolf Hockfield in the final for the Canada Heavyweight Championship.
Fight. Yeah.
Semi-final 2, go! Big body slam to start by Big Titan. Into the ropes, but he holds on to the ropes. There's that eye rake. You'd think that the General would employ that early and often. Those underhanded tactics. Body slam followed by the drop kick to the back of the head. So there's that eye rake again. Disorient the opponent. Brings him headfirst into the turnbuckle. Big Titan though pushes his way out. Elbow to the spine. Elbow drop. Elbow drop. Leg drop to the back of the head. I think that's not the first time I've called it. Oh, God. Pay attention. Goes behind. Shin breaker. You can call that. Body slam. Stomp to the gut. To the midsection. Clothesline. Drop kick to the back of the head. And thrown all the way across into the turnbuckle. Arm twist into that shoulder smash.
Yeah.
3 minutes in, both men have had their share of offense, I suppose. It's pretty even. Elbow to the face paint. Elbow to the knee. Again with that the eye rakes. Big bear hug. Titan hug. So why not? Working the foundation, hitting the legs, rake of the eye, double arm suplex. Challenger looking pretty good so far. There's that forward pile driver. Oh, he's going to the top rope. Splash from the top. Some exciting high flying early.
5 minutes gone.
5 minutes gone.
One.
Early for a pin attempt. There's a double arm suplex by Big Titan. If you recall, he used that move quite a bit when he won the title, but that might be a title-winning strategy. Low blow. You can get away with it. Body slam.
One. Two.
Double arm suplex into the turnbuckle this time. Body slam, and Satan's General is out of the ring. Big Titan feels like he better follow up on this.
3,
Match has been a little too even so far, maybe even
5,
in the favor of Satan's General. Rolling senton.
7, 8,
Now we have the Titan death drop out onto the floor.
10, 11, 12, 13.
Double arm suplex again. Big Titan catching his breath though.
Yeah.
Power bomb with some authority.
One.
Goes for a cover.
Two.
Wow, 2.9. It's a little surprising this early. Low blow, I guess. Yeah, that's a good response after being nearly pinfalled. Just try to slow your opponent down any which way you can. Cheat if you have to. Forearm smash knocks him down.
Yeah.
Big boot with momentum behind it. Eye rake again. But undaunted, Big Titan throws that double arm suplex again.
Yeah.
Looks like he went for a drop kick there, but it was kicked out. Ooh, and there's that vertical suplex
10 minutes
brainbuster.
gone.
Boy, that looks nasty. Will also be good enough to beat the champ at some point. Looks a little fatigued. Irish whip, but oh, still got some energy left in him, does the champ as he bowls the General over. Spear. I believe he defeated Black Dragon Guy with that spear. 11 minutes. Only a 2 count here, though. And it's Satan's General taking a turn to catch his breath. It's been an energetic affair. Both men are tired. Oh, there you go. There's some wily ring generalship, if you will, by the General. Stanley Adams escapes that corner and lets the champ slam into it. Eye rakes. Disoriented. But Big Titan's weathering that storm. Titan death drop again. But the General's first to his feet. Oh, wow. Full Nelson into a back suplex. Eye rake again, just trying to stem the tide. The Titan tide. There's the exploder. But again, he's having trouble capitalizing. He's fatigued. Fold him in half back suplex. No sell by the General, who seems like he's I don't know if he's in desperation mode. He figures he better stay on his feet. Seems like the champ's got some momentum now. Into the turnbuckle. Forearm smash.
Yeah.
We approach 14 minutes. Double elbow to escape that go behind. Body slam. Ooh, ripping clothesline. Floors it all again. Wow. Big power on display. Now they're trade shots. I call the test of manhood. He's pumped up, super kick. Big Titan is turned with a no sell. Just jumps up, clothesline. 15 minutes. There's that exploder. Oh, just exploder into the critical. Wow. Now that's about as explosive as an exploder's going to get. Heaving for breath. Jeez, I don't know if the Titan could have held out much longer. It looked like he was about to, his energy was just flagging. Look at him. He can't even celebrate. He's executed a devastating exploder. And it looks like Satan's general is hurt. He's knocked out. Well, that's one way to punctuate someone's advancement to the final. Big Titan will be in the championship round to defend his title. 88%. Well, there you go. The final is set. Wolf Hockfield will get his chance in the final against Big Titan for Canada's Heavyweight Championship. So here is what it all comes down to. The final of the Canada Day Spectacular Title Tournament for the Canadian Heavyweight Championship. Two heavy men have had to fight through two opponents to get this far. And now it's one more go, one-on-one. The winner is the champion of Canada. Introducing first, Wolf Hockfield. Previously a tag team specialist, but now one win away from being at the apex of Canadian wrestling as an individual, the man. He had a rather strong man to get through round one, Will Stewart. Satan's foot soldier, Team Satan. Strong versus strong. Wolf Hockfield was strong enough. And then, second match. He had the sensational debut of Alan Hawkins, the Canadian sensation, whose perfect storybook debut was cut short by The Wolf. But did this man have any easier of a road? He first had to defeat a god. Should be a lot to ask under most circumstances. Big Titan prevailed, moved on to the second round where he faced Satan's General. He had to overcome the adversity of a rule breaker who eye gouged and low blowed as he saw fit to gain advantage. They've gone through trials to get here. Now the epic clash. Big man versus big man. Yet this is the first time facing each other. European uppercut, and it's I guess I'm struggling for words because I've cared a lot about these guys, and this is a big culmination for the organization to have this huge epic tournament and a fitting final of heavyweights that have been with us from the start. Both Canadian, both original six. And here on Canada Day, fittingly, we're going to have a Canadian champion, one way or another. Well, the Big Titan gets bowled over by Wolf Hockfield's momentum. Will we have Big Titan delivers the body slam? Will his dominance continue? He's looked unbeatable for a while now, as his looked like double arm suplex attempt was countered by the backdrop. Reverse Irish whip into the turnbuckle, high kick followed by the chop. But as we've seen so many times, Big Titan body slamming his way out of the turnbuckle. It's been a bit of a signature for him.
Yeah.
So either the Big Titan era continues or start a new one. Does Wolf have what it takes as he eats that drop kick to the back of the head? Hopefully, fewer of those. Shoulder block attempt and Big Titan. As big as Wolf is, Big Titan just shrugged that off and said, nope. I'm big too. Seeing some work of the elbows there. In the turnbuckle. Working them chops in the corner. Stomp. Now the trading of blows, test of manhood.
5 minutes gone.
Won by Wolf Hockfield. Is that a foreshadowing? He gets that swinging neck breaker in there into the half crab. 5.5 minutes early for submission, but wears man down. There's that European uppercut again. So we've seen it in more than one type of neck breaker now from the Wolf. Body slam, Big Titan tumbles out of the ring. Wolf Hockfield, no nonsense, going out after him.
2, 3, 4.
Gets body slammed on the floor for his trouble, and then the drop kick, back of the head.
7.
Swinging neck breaker. Wow, that's really...
9.
It's like the Wolf's taking a page out of the champ's book so far. Just
12.
pick a move and just sort of
14.
use that as a strategy.
Yeah.
Is he trying to beat the champ at his own game? That might be what it takes. Big Titan has repelled all challengers for what seems like a while now. Drop kick. The Big Titan era has been significant. Won the title in March. Or in July. Drop kick again. Big man's agility. And then that spinning power bomb. 2.9. Oh boy. Could it be? Wolf Hockfield, he gets clubbed down to the mat and stomped on, but wow, he's looked good so far. He would only be the 3rd champion of Canada. Clotheslines Big Titan into the turnbuckle. And now they're reversing each other into the turnbuckle. Body slam. Back into the turnbuckle. Stomping at the inner thigh there. Good idea. Wear down the foundation.
1.
Only a 1 count. Wow, we've seen a 2.9 from the Wolf, and that was only 1. Boy. Arm breaker.
Yeah.
This may still be a lot to this match, but boy,
10 minutes gone.
it's looked pretty blue so far. Back body drop. Going down, says Wolf Hockfield. He goes in motion. Another flying drop kick. Sit down powerbomb.
2.
Just 2 that time. Chop floors the champ. Now wavering. Oh, looks like Wolf went for some sort of discus blow. And then body slam in return. Drop kick to the back of the head. Big Titan, one of his signatures. Oh wow, that looked like the exploder, didn't it? Wolf Hockfield halted Big Titan's momentum and did use Titan's own signature move. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
Big boot though. Titan says, "How dare you explode on me?" Explode on you with a big kick to the face, arm breaker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Punch to the back of the head, but Wolf comes out swinging. Returns the favor. Back elbows to
Yeah.
shake his man off. There's that power bomb which we've seen.
1. 2.
Looks like it hurts. 2.9. As we reach the 13-minute mark. of the fictional
One,
clock, mind you. I'm realizing
3,
the clock is
4,
a bit quick, isn't it? Probably hasn't been actual 13 minutes. Anyway, not important. We have that spinning back suplex that we see. Wow! Just when I was about to
2,
rave about the champs
3,
menacingness,
4.
there's that release German suplex, launch German suplex. That's what you need to call it. Taking off, just flinging the man. Chokeslam into sit down powerbomb, however. 2.9, wow. Only fitting that this match should be this close.
1,
There's that sit down powerbomb right near the ropes, but not close enough for the ref to break it. Spinning suplex. Big Titan's appealing to the crowd, saying, get into it. Get behind me. I'm your champ. Oof, there it is again. Spinning back suplex. Is the end near? Looks like he's essentially called for it. Boy, again with that momentum halting exploder. Not content to go for the pin though. He's not trying to win the match with that. Giant swing. This is a submission hold, but Big Titan hangs in there. There's that running spear. He defeated the Black Dragon God with that move. 2.9. Wolf was just a little bigger, tougher. And the counter high kick. Floors his opponent, rips him with a clothesline. This is absolutely anyone's match now. Drapes down into that armbar. We have a new champion. We have a new champion. He barks at the moon. Why not? He's the wolf. We saw some 2.9s. It looks like anyone could have pulled it out at any time. The giant swing didn't get the submission there, but the armbar, not the most exciting finishing move, but ask Wolf Hockfield if he cares. He's your Canada heavyweight champion. The Titan era is over. We give way to the era of the Wolf. Unbelievable. They barely get a decent match evaluation, 80%. Wow. I guess we had to see it to believe it. Big Titan didn't look like he could lose, but there it is. Wolf Hockfield is your heavyweight champion. Victory! He's the man now. The Canada Day Spectacular, I think, lived up to all the hype. We saw the Canadian sensation make his debut. We saw Stanley Adams make an impressive run to make a bid for the singles title. And we had two of the originals in the final put on one heck of a show. Hard hitting. Well, I might end the episode here on this high note. We'll see what the post-match results in. We'll see. Wow. Well, there you go. Okay, so now we see the results of that that Exploder Critical. That's Stanley Adams there. He's hurt. They need 2 off to recover, it says there, so he's going to have to miss 2 events. So in my experience, when a guy gets criticaled, normally he'll have a red body part, which means I'll probably sit him out for 1 event anyway, just to avoid injury. So in a way, the fact that we've got the injury update, it really is kind of only 1 additional month that he'd be off. Like I expected he'd miss a month for sure. So it's 1 extra month, but boy, the general has a lot of time to ponder his strategies and mastermind where his military mind will take him next in terms of trying to take over Canada with the influence of Satan. Okay. And there's the official announcement. Wolf of Canada won the Canada heavyweight belt. New champion. So a great success over 80%. Squeezed an extra 100.5 people in there. So the place was packed, wall to wall, standing room only, to see this epic title tournament. And a new champion crowned, with the current champ making it to the final. I don't know if we could have asked for more drama, more excitement, more fitting end to the July show. And how about that income? Whoa. So yeah, this is our first time outside the gymnasium. So we might be going back there. Don't get me wrong. We may not have left the gym behind altogether, because a big part of why we were able to use this bigger venue is because we did the tournament, which is a bigger draw. Now, yeah, and with some guys maybe hurt, including Stanley, some guys needing a rest, who knows? We might not be able to go beyond the gymnasium for the next card, but we'll see what happens. I'm just saying we might not be totally beyond the gymnasium. In any case, massive income, roughly twice what we had grossed in the past, like almost doubled our record. Profited to the tune of over 200,000. And our assets are up past $500,000, so we're getting financially comfortable now. From this point on, it seems like it's just a matter of working our way toward just how great can this organization be? How high can we climb the ladder in terms of, you know, the big picture of the wrestling industry. What will August bring? Who will be fit to wrestle in August? We'll have to find that out. Star wrestler Robert joined DFW, Dramatic Fight Wrestling. It's amusing. I normally wouldn't point these things out, but I do like Robert. He's his nickname is the Mean Drunk. He sure looks like a mean SOB. If I ever run an America promotion, which might be the thing I do, it's the second attempt I make for a promotion. Don't be surprised if the Mean Drunk figures into that organization with some prominence. And it looks like our signing did not yield any fruit. Oh! Well, as one spectacularity ends, we go straight into something very fascinating. There you go. You probably read it. Alan and Big are feuding now. If you remember, when I was first crafting the matchups, I said, what more spectacular final could we have than the huge salary Alan Hawkins facing Big Titan in the final? We didn't quite get that. Alan Hawkins ran into a brick wall known as Wolf Hawk Field. Didn't get his shot at the Sensation. Did not get a sensational title shot in the championship. And, it's funny, because the Sensation's not saying I want a rematch against Wolf for the title. He's saying I want that anticipated dream match I was supposed to get in July. So maybe that will determine who the number one contender should be. Who should get the Wolf if he's still champion by the time these guys have settled their differences? We still have to sort out the card, but yeah, okay, I love it. Alan Hawkins, Big Titan, the final we didn't get, we will get it, presumably, in the August card, as we say farewell to July. Alan and Big won't be able to work out their differences with words. Let them solve it in the ring. Well, providing no one's badly hurt. Again, we'll see. Another interesting thing. Wow, okay, this is the most exciting event we've had, and the most exciting post-event, because now we have this interesting Eddie of DFW. I'm not sure who that is exactly, but might be Hell Clown? Don't quote me on that. But, okay, no sooner does Robert, Mean Drunk, join DFW, but now Eddie Maybe he doesn't want anything to do with the Mean Drunk. Maybe that's why he's asking to fight at one of our events. Maybe he's like, I don't want to face the Mean Drunk. I'm going to get hurt. Okay, well, I don't see any reason why to turn this guy down. If he wants to wrestle here, why not? This will be a fun one-off. Eddie, whoever you are, you'll participate in our August event. Oh, I almost said no. Good Lord, did you see that? I had the mouse pointer on no. Good Lord, pay attention. Okay, take a deep breath. Still excited from the final. The final was awesome. I love Wolf Hockfield. Happy for him. He's the champ. Let's just take a breath. I want yes on the right. Yes, please, Eddie. Feel free to join. You accepted the request. Almost didn't. Could you imagine how much of an asset it felt like? Okay. Who are you then, Eddie? For fun. We might as well preview you. As long as we're at this. Eddie of DFW. Let's go over here. Okay, so it's not. This is who I was thinking of. Alan Gardner's the Hell Clown. Which, maybe we should think about. Oh, but he's A-Trust, unfortunately. I was going to say he's A-Trust. I was thinking, why not we think about getting the Hell Clown to join Team Satan? But with A-Trust, I mean, it's probably never going to have him. Unless this organization folds. Like, the organization might fold in time because it's a small organization. So maybe. Let's never say never on the Hell Clown. But Eddie Owens apparently is Mr. Stoic, which is interesting because he's not Stoic style. Match style strong. You fool. Why are you called that? I was about to say, if he's Mr. Stoic, we have a couple Stoic guys that would be happy to face you. But I guess it's not necessarily to be. Well, I guess we could still have him face a Stoic guy. But it wouldn't necessarily make sense for it to be a Stoic match. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's all to be determined next card. And we'll... You know what? I almost said we'll sign off here, but screw that. The last image you should see as we conclude episode 7 and request that you tune in for episode 8 is the champ, Wolf Hockfield, is your new Canada heavyweight champion. We'll see you in episode 8.